Ho and enjoy the rest of the show.
Baby, you don't need no reason why.
국민이 이기는 나라 꼭 만들겠습니다.
This is my intro music. Hello, everybody. Great to be here in Singapore. You made it. The roads are closed, yet we have a packed house tonight. Listen, it's wonderful to be here, all that matters, and to look out in the audience and see so many of our partners that have been with Twitter since the very beginning, brought so many firsts to this region. And I'll tell you, it's very exciting also to see so many new faces and partners from both the marketing world as well as the content creation world who are here with us today on what's a really important milestone in our commitment to the Asia-Pacific region. I'm Matt Derella. I'm Global Vice President of Twitter Client Solutions. That means that my team and I work with the biggest brands in the world to bring them value. And I'm so excited to be here because all that matters is really the perfect place for us to share the bold vision we have to partnering with our content partners to reimagine sports, news, and entertainment for a mobile-first audience. We've got 35 announcements to make, and you all have lunch to eat. So we're going to dive right in. For years at Twitter, we've been defined as many different things. One moment we're a water cooler, next we're a microphone. And it's really in the last year and a half that Jack Dorsey, our co-founder, came back to the company and drove an incredible amount of focus and clarity about who we are as a company and what we stand for as a service. Twitter is what's happening and what people are talking about right now. It's a very simple idea. Everyone in the world having as a fundamental need to understand what's happening, what people are talking about. But it's a very bold vision and incredibly clarifying to think that every person in the world could connect with what's happening all over the world. Completely instant access to what people are talking about, what they're thinking about, what's going on. And it's that clarity of focus throughout our company that's really driven our product strategy, and it's a big reason why we've enjoyed double-digit DAU growth for the last 3 quarters. We're incredibly focused. And it's also guided a lot of our content partnerships. And let me explain how. There's really 4 sort of strategic strengths that underpin our leadership in showing people what's happening. You know, the first is that Twitter is the fastest at showing you what's happening. Just a quick, I need a little call and response here. How many people in the last week have seen a tweet either on Twitter, on a website, or in the news? Just a raise of hands. It's a little hard for me to see, but I'd say it's probably 60%, which sounds about right. We reach over 1 billion people every single month through our tweets that are obviously widely distributed. Whether you're a public figure, a celebrity, a league, or a content creator, the first place that you publish content is on Twitter because you know that's where the world is watching. That's how you can get your message spread out there. And one of the benefits of that is we can also offer the most comprehensive content. Whatever the subject that you're interested in, whether it's sport or fashion or music, you go to Twitter and we can bring you real-time content from all different types of thought leaders on the subject immediately, right at your fingerprints. And that also drives a lot of discussion around what's happening. Twitter is unique in that we have that live discussion in real time. And lastly, because we know what you're interested in, it allows us to personalize the experience, to give you instant value right when you come to the app. So why am I sharing with this? I want to give some background on who we are and what we stand for and the strategic strengths. because it's also driving our decisions around content partnerships. Live video reinforces each of those 4 strategic strengths. We started this just a little over a year ago in the US with the NFL, where we streamed 10 live games and had universal positive feedback from the league, from broadcasters, from users, and from brands. And we quickly brought it into the APAC region. The first place we brought to was Channel 7, a longtime partner of us in Australia, where we partnered up on broadcasting in live on Twitter the Melbourne Cup. And you can see here, it's an incredibly unique experience that could only be brought to you by Twitter. You have HD quality video at the top and a personalized timeline underneath it, really in one screen bringing the convergence of HD quality video coming at you live with that live conversation. What we see is that people come for the video, but they end up staying for all the live conversation. Why is this valuable to a broadcaster like Channel 7? Well, every broadcaster is looking to drive more reach. And what Twitter offers is incredibly desirable and hard to reach audience. On our live streaming, we see that over 55% of the audience is actually under 25. It's a very attractive, and in fact, in the case of many of our broadcasters, they're connecting with that younger audience, they're connecting with other audiences, and it's driving tune in back to their core product, which is an incredibly valuable asset for the broadcaster. To give you an idea, though, of how big this can be, the Melbourne Cup obviously trended in Australia. Massive, massive appeal, high ratings, a storied franchise. But with our live broadcast, not only did they trend in Australia, they trended in 12 countries and 130 cities worldwide. If you're a broadcaster trying to build audience, increase the value of your franchises and your assets, this is an incredibly powerful tool. And the great news is it's great for users and it's incredibly powerful for brands. And we're not only just doing that for sport. You see some examples up here. We're bringing this to news, to e-gaming, as well as entertainment. The success we've had has driven incredibly volume of broadcasting. We did 1,200 hours of live broadcasting on Twitter just the last quarter. That's 50% more than we did just 2 quarters ago. And this success is really helping strengthen the incredible partnerships that we have worldwide with the greatest content creators around the globe. This is just a snapshot of some of the incredible content creators that we're partnering with to help them drive reach, incremental reach, tune in, as well as sharing some of the economic value, and of course, working together to connect with brands. And I think brands is actually a natural step for us to talk about next. You know, there's a lot of change that's happening. In the Asia Pacific area, I don't have to tell everyone here, by 2020, over 2 billion people in the region will be watching video on mobile. It's a staggering number. And when I talk to CMOs all over the world, they absolutely know that's where the consumer is going. But when I push them a little bit about what's your digital video strategy, I often see like a little hesitation. Just a little. I mean, everyone knows the consumer's there. They know. Why aren't we going all in? And at the essence of the concerns is a trade-off and a compromise that many CMOs and brands feel they have to make between quality and scale. They know that they want to be there, but they want to stay in the most high-quality areas. But when they actually look at the scale there, it's not enough to really move their business. And when they actually do go in real scale, well, they get a little concerned that their brands may end up in areas that aren't right for the values that their brand or their company stands for. One of the great things about what we've been able to do is we've been able to build our video solutions for brands and agencies from the ground up. We know these concerns, and we have a firm belief that you should never have to compromise when you're investing in video with Twitter. We believe you should be able to deliver high-quality content at scale. You know, we believe that the content should be brand safe, should be TV quality, should be the absolute best, brought to you in a unique experience that's right for our platform, enhanced by the live conversation that's bubbling up around it. We also think, frankly, it should be pretty easy to buy. It should work holistically with your overall video strategy, and it should leverage the incredible targeting that digital and in particular Twitter can bring so it can drive the absolute maximum ROI. This is some recent numbers from Nielsen, just giving you a sense of how, in a world where there's a lot of uncertainty, we're working with our content partners and with brands to drive measurable ROI. This is focused on brand recall and brand awareness, but we have got dozens of studies focused on video about how we're actually driving bottom funnel results, moving cases, moving metal, driving foot traffic. This is where your consumers are, and we hopefully have built a solution in partnership with our content partners that really helps you connect with them in the most premium brand safe areas to actually move your business. So now let's get to the good stuff, all right? We've got a really interesting start in the live experience that's very differentiated from anything else that's out there. We've aggregated a bunch of young consumer attention, and we've got a solid video solution that drives results. Where do we go next? The answer is we go big in Asia. Today we're announcing 35 new announcements with our content partners, and it's very exciting for me because Asia Pacific is a growth engine on every level for Twitter. And this day marks an incredible milestone where I think we're about to take it to the next level with both our content partners and our brands. So let's dive in. We're going to start with sport. Sport has always had a special home on Twitter. Let's take a look. Short and sweet, like I said, you have to get to lunch. Our first announcement is around cricket. The ICC has been a long-time partner with us, and cricket has overwhelming popularity on Twitter all around the world. We couldn't be more excited to partner with ICC to bring real-time video highlights from their most premier matches throughout 2018. And we're not stopping there. Building on some of the amazing success that we've had with the Melbourne Cup, we're partnering again with Channel 7 and expanding our partnership to include the most fan-friendly Grand Slam of them all, the Australian Open. We'll be bringing real-time video highlights to all the fans in Australia via Twitter and helping brands participate in that and reach a younger, affluent, powerful audience with really timely, relevant content. We couldn't be more proud to be partnering with them on this. And the third announcement comes from Fox Sports Asia. Obviously, Fox Sports Asia, one of the largest broadcasters in the region and a leader in leveraging real-time relevant clips to connect with audiences in the moment. We'll be partnering with them from all different types of sports content, ranging from the US Open, tennis, to Asian football, to golf, to motorsports. And it's a great opportunity for us to tap into the incredible portfolio of assets that Fox Sports Asia has to bring that premium content to audiences all over the world. I'm just highlighting 3 of the more than 11 partnerships that we're rolling out in sport for the region. Now, the next subject is a little more controversial. Esports. Is it entertainment? Is it sport? Our office back in Singapore is highly divided on this subject, but what no one can argue is that it is incredibly popular. It's a mega trend on our platform. In fact, over 250 billion impressions on Twitter around esports in the last year. So you can imagine there's a voracious appetite for this content, so we're thrilled that we're partnering with the leader in esports, Riot Games, to build on the 40 hours worth of live streaming that we did this past year, to bring several live tournament and competition throughout 2018. It's incredibly exciting. Let's give a taste of what esports looks like on Twitter. And there are my friends at Riot Games. We're so excited. Now, news has always been core to Twitter. You know, Twitter is the place that news breaks first. The speed and open conversation makes Twitter the place for publishers and their audiences to connect in real time. to analyze and share what's going on. So our role in news has never been more powerful. I mean, to give you an idea, in the region, 3 of the top 10 global journalists are from India. And as news publications look to expand their audience and reach a younger, more mobile audience, we are their partner of choice. Let's give you a taste of what's happening on news on Twitter.
국민이 이기는 나라 꼭 만들겠습니다.
So our announcements start with BuzzFeed News. We're bringing you an up-to-the-minute breaking news show called AM to DM. It's a traditional morning show reimagined for a millennial audience. We're thrilled to be partnering with BuzzFeed on a global level to bring this show all around the world. We're also expanding on our partnership with Bloomberg. This is a reimagination of news, a 24/7 news network with Bloomberg, powered by Twitter, verified by Bloomberg with their 2,300 journalists all over the world, only on Twitter. This is an incredibly global, live, social, and exclusive to Twitter opportunity that we think will be perfect for a lot of financially minded brands in the region. And lastly, we're working with India's leading broadcasters, including Network 18. We're expanding our partnership that started last year with the 2017 Union Budget Partnership and be bringing real-time highlights from across our portfolio of news brands. And that is just 3 of the more than 7 news partnerships that we're bringing. To round out the portfolio of announcements, let's talk about entertainment.
And enjoy the rest of the show.
Entertainment is all about access, and Twitter has always given users unique access to the celebrities in fashion, music, film, television that they love. And we're going to take that to the next level this year. The #1 hashtag from 2017, it didn't come from sport and it didn't come from entertainment. It came from Korea, K-pop. The Korean band BTS were about to perform on the Billboard Music Awards, and they put out the hashtag BTS BBMA. And since that show, that hashtag has been mentioned more than 300 million times. There's an incredible bubbling conversation about K-pop all around the world, and it's especially intense, of course, in this region. That's why we couldn't be more excited to partner with KBS World. We're bringing you a brand new show, original and only on Twitter, called Music Bank. It's a place for music fans around the world to connect with the latest and greatest from K-pop. And sticking with entertainment, but moving to events, which have always been huge on Twitter, we couldn't be more proud to continue the very unique partnership we have with the ARIA Awards in Australia. This November, the world's biggest music stars are traveling south for Australia's ARIA Awards. And we're going to live stream directly from the broadcast and offer unprecedented access and engagement for viewers of the broadcast through Twitter. This is a really unique, totally integrated partnership with ARIA that we think brands will have a unique access to connect with consumers and drive real-time conversation. And lastly, flying over to India, of course, Bollywood is one of the most popular conversations in the region on Twitter. And we wouldn't be complete in talking about entertainment if we didn't talk about Filmfare. India's most historic and popular film festival around Bollywood. We're partnering with them to bring real-time highlights from the red carpet, backstage interviews, all with the best celebrities from Bollywood, as well as the business makers and deal makers from the industry. This is a great opportunity, and it'll really give our users around the world direct access to what's happening in Bollywood. I mentioned these 3, but in entertainment, we have a plethora of incredible partners that we're going to be working with, all focused in this region, an opportunity to bring real scale for brands to connect with the passion points that your users have around entertainment. So you can see we have VIP-worthy content, and I know over the course of this week and over the course of this year, you're definitely going to hear a lot about video, video, video. But here's what I'd say. You're not going to hear the level of breadth, the depth, and the quality of content and bold vision for really trying to not just take linear television into the mobile device, but to really reimagine it for a mobile-first generation. And I've been up here talking about our 35 programs, and I know you guys are probably thinking a little bit about lunch, but I thought probably the most powerful thing we could do right now is actually bring up one of our content partners who's been with us and been innovating for years. So in a quick fireside chat, I'm thrilled to invite my friend and partner, Diane Ho, on the stage. She is the Vice President of Screens at Channel 7 West. Di, want to come up? Welcome, Di. Great.
Hi, Matt.
Hello, Di. Here we are in my living room. Welcome.
Yeah, big living room.
So you have a really interesting title.
Yes.
Right? You're head of screens.
Correct.
So can you share a little bit about what you do and what that means?
So as my role as head of screens at 7 Network, I work with the business on sales strategy on how we can connect both our TV and digital assets when we take that out to market to our clients and advertisers.
Now, you've been in the business watching the landscape unfold, and you're being tasked by your CEO and your board to stay ahead of the trends. Can you just share from your, I think, unique perspective with such a dominant position in Australia, sort of what you see happening in the landscape and how your strategy is evolving based on the changes?
Yeah, 100%. I've been at 7 for 13 years now, so quite a long time, and I've seen a lot of change over the last couple of years particularly. We know that media consumption is changing at a rapid rate, and that's been because of the fact that we've got new players coming into the market, new technologies, new platforms, but for us our strategy has always stayed the same. It's all about content. We're a broadcaster, and content is at the heart of our business, and we drive engagement through powerful storytelling. It's just that the way that those stories are told are now very different. So when we actually go out in market and within the business, we talk about the fact that television and TV now stands for total video. And that content now lives multi-platform. So yes, it lives on linear broadcast traditionally, but we can also connect audiences through digital video and also social video, which is why the partnership that we have with Twitter is so important.
Hence, you have the title screens instead of digital in your title. Can you maybe give us, to make it really tangible for the audience, some examples about how you're actually bringing that to bear in terms of tapping into that storytelling and inviting brands to participate?
Yeah, I think the best example that I can talk about today is the Olympics. And the Olympics is a huge event that really captures the hearts of the entire world. And when we ran the Olympics, we bought all of the rights and we were able to develop a product that streamed all of the events. And then we also had really strong partnerships like we did with Twitter to ensure that that content was distributed across all screens. We had a brand on board, so Toyota being a major partner, and one of the things that we did with them was actually utilise Neuro Insights, which is a research company that we have a very great relationship with, and we actually optimised their creative to actually shift brand attributes that they were looking to move the needle on. So they wanted to shift the needle on excitement and innovation, and we basically allowed Neuro Research to pre-test their creative to ensure that that was coming through from a multi-screen perspective.
Right.
And then from an integration perspective, we aligned them to prepare for the amazing, really capitalising on those moments that capture the nation. We created 60-second vignettes that we ran on broadcast. And the great thing about the Twitter partnership is we actually utilised and extended that story onto the platform and utilised retweet to remind to actually align with those moments and actually tune users back to the broadcast. So not only did it work for the brand to be part of that conversation and to extend that story, it also worked for us to be able to connect users back onto the big screen.
I love it that it's this great, rare thing in business when you're actually able to create an amazing consumer experience. Your business benefits, it's a new audience, it also drives tune into your core product. And that brands are able to participate and win as well, and the user wins, the brand wins, the publisher wins, and absolutely like Twitter wins in a big way because you help us get better at showing the world what's happening. The trend that you see around the custom content is one that you and I have talked about. It's pretty exciting. That is a trend that we're seeing around the world. Is that something that you're seeing more from brands in Australia?
Yeah, 100%. I think when we look at content, we actually look at omni-channel content and what those strategies look like across all screens. And innovation and custom solutions on your platform is really powerful because it actually allows us to get closer to our viewers, which is really exciting in real time. It's all about what's happening now, and we know that when people are watching TV across sport, entertainment and news, they're on your platform talking about it as well, and they want to interact. And your custom solutions actually provide a level of gamification, engagement that we wouldn't get otherwise. So, and for brands to be involved with that in a really authentic way and be part of that conversation is really powerful.
I love that you're titled Screens, in charge of screens, because from our perspective at Twitter, we've always considered ourselves more of a bridge than an island. And the relationship between television and Twitter has always been unique and sort of self-reinforcing. And I love that's happened in our partnership. You know, I was bragging earlier about the Melbourne Cup work we've done, but it's really evolved. And I think that you're and your team are at the cutting edge. We started in sport, which is, you know, the obvious, like to jump into, it's so live. But we've really started to evolve into entertainment with My Kitchen Works, as well as now news with our latest announcements. Can you talk a little bit about, I guess, the value that you see through the partnership on sort of the multidimensional level?
It helps us because we're also reaching a different audience as well. And then hopefully connecting our brands to audiences on your platform and hopefully driving them back to our brands and our TV shows. So I think it's really important for us to partner together. There used to be a time when broadcasters were very protective of their content, but with the world changing, you know, we need to follow where the audiences are. So it's not so much a digital strategy, it's an audience strategy. Yeah,
I'm not telling any secrets, but like you have to understand, like, the partnership that our teams have, like, we're really on the same side of the table, and more brands are joining us in that conversation, and we're all sort of charting this journey out together. And what's wonderful is the consumer is actually the center of everything we're doing to try to actually deliver value to them, and it ends up delivering value to the entire ecosystem.
Yeah.
So listen, on behalf of Twitter, sorry about that, I just want to say thank you, Di, to you and your team. Channel 7 team is unbelievable, and we couldn't be more excited about the journey ahead.
Oh, thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
Thanks.
I'm just going to close up. Thanks, Doc. Cool. Listen, I'm going to close it up before you guys all break for lunch. I guess for all the partners that we're already working with, I want to extend just a sincere thank you for helping us push the industry to this place. We're about to take it to the next level, and we couldn't be more proud and excited to be doing it with all of you. And then for the new partners that maybe we just started working with, I couldn't be more excited. The Asia Pacific region is incredibly important for us, and we're really looking forward to working with you to bring the best of what's happening around the world to all of our shared customers and working with brands to bring it to life. So with that, here's to the future of video. Enjoy lunch, and thank you.